And
Yeah,
it's just for admin purposes anyway. Just to keep it clean, it should be the people who were here the whole time. Do we have a motion to continue?
I'll make a motion to continue.
second,
All right, so that motion to continue to the March 11th meeting was made by Quartermunch, seconded by Vivaldi. Roll call, Rizzo,
yes.
Vivaldi,
I was just going to say one item that this time of year is a difficult time for these types of activities with certificate of compliance. So any kind of application for COC at this time of year needs to be patient and needs to be able to be. I vote yes to extend the meeting.
Okay,
okay, Harrop,
Yes.
Quartermunch,
Yes.
and McCarthy.
Yes.
All right, so that passes 5-0, and now Mr. Colmack is in
okay,
the
so
meeting.
I think Derek would not have voting privileges.
No, I think everyone still would actually.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because there's only four of you guys. There's only Rizzo, Vivaldi, Comac, Harrop. That's 4, 5, 6.
Okay,
So even if one other if Amanda comes, they still have voting rights.
yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, sorry. All righty. So moving forward, item number 2 on the agenda is a continued request for a full certificate of compliance made by Williams and Chris Sparagus on DEP file number 55-934. The project was the construction of a single-family home. The address is formerly known as 0 Pearl Street. It's now known as 18 Pearl Street, map 105, lot 85 in the city of Peabody. The order of conditions was issued on February 28th of 2024. Our first meeting on this project was on January 8th of 2025. And I believe I received a memo today that they are close to getting everything straightened out and providing new plans, and they were requested to continue this to the next meeting. So I don't know if we have to open it up to anybody. I think it's I think we just continue this.
Correct.
I would agree.
Okay. I have a motion to continue item number 2.
Make a motion.
Mike, before you do that, didn't it say in the memo that they're going to be requesting a new order of conditions? Did I misread that?
I think they were looking for a revision or modification to
An
the order.
amendment to the,
An amendment,
Okay.
yeah,
Just an amendment. All right. Okay.
yeah.
Well, that's up to you guys. If they come next month and you guys are like, this is cool, you know, they don't need an amendment, then they wouldn't need to. You guys could just administratively approve it. But if they're doing pipes and all sorts of crazy drainage that could affect other people in the neighborhood, you really have to do an amendment so that abutters get notified. That would be,
Yeah.
but it's up to you guys. Once they bring it to you next month, you guys decide.
Okay,
I'm just
Okay.
happy that they came to agreement on a new plan. It's been open for a year, so
yeah,
nice to see progress.
yeah. Okay, since we're going to continue this, I'd entertain a motion to continue item number 2 to our next meeting.
Motion to continue until March 11th.
Motion by Michael and second by Jamie.
Yep. All right. That motion to continue to March 11th was made by Mr. Vivaldi, seconded by Mr. Harrop. Roll call. Rizzo,
Yes,
Vivaldi,
Yes.
Comac, sorry,
Yes.
Harrop,
Yes.
Quartermunch,
Yes.
and McCarthy.
Yes.
All right. So that item passes 6-0.
okay. All right, the next item on the agenda is item number 3. It's under enforcement orders and violation orders. It's a continued enforcement order issued to Daniel Botello and Jocelyn Alves Goncalves for the following activities: bring in 9 to 10 trucks of fill and placing in bordering vegetated wetlands estimated to be 2,000 to 4,000 square feet of wetlands altered. Grade change significantly estimated between 2 and 3 feet. Removing trees and vegetation amount to be determined without a permit from the commission. The address is known as 26 Trask Road. It's map 61, lot 13 in the city of Peabody. So they started work, but then we got a lot of snow, so they only could get so far. So I'm not sure that there's anything happening as far as they're concerned, as far as restoring the resource area and plantings and things like that for now. So
If I may jump in here, good evening, commission members, Nicole Ferrara from LEC. Yep, as Mr. Chairman, you mentioned, work has began. It began on the 22nd of last month, but right after then, we got a lot of snow and the ground froze up, so we paused activities for now. But we've been documenting the progress through photos, and we were able to intercept that native soil that was underneath the fill, which was good to see. You can see a clear distinction between that. We got about, I would say, a fourth of the way done before we had to pause, but the contractor is, ready to go as soon as that snow melts, which temperatures, allowing should be pretty soon.
excellent, excellent. Okay. I don't really have any questions beyond that, but there may be some people here from the public who may want to speak on this. Do we have anybody, Lucia?
Yep, if anyone's in the public, please raise your hand. I know I did receive some emails from the Arboretum. Okay, I think that was the person who raised their hand is on later, so I don't think that was for this. If you want to raise your hand again, if you want to speak for 26 Trask Road. But I don't see anyone raising their hand, so
Okay.
think we're-
So unless anybody from the commission had any questions they want to ask LEC, at this time, we could make a motion to continue this to our next meeting. Okay, seeing none, so I'll entertain a motion on item number 3 to continue this to our next meeting.
Motion to continue.
Motion by Jamie, second by Bruce.
all right, roll call. Rizzo,
Yes.
Vivaldi,
You are on
Vivaldi?
mute, sir.
Mike, you're muted.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep myself muted when, yes.
Yeah.
Comac,
Yes.
Harrop,
Yes.
Quartermunch,
Yes.
and McCarthy.
Yes.
All right, so that item is continued 6-0. And Nicole, you've been awesome keeping in touch with me. So if you could just keep that information flowing, I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, we'll do. Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening.
All right,
Thank you, you
Nicole.
too.
Okay, our item number
Can I
4 on
ask
the
you a question?
agenda.
Well,
Yes.
Lucia, was that like loam fill, or was that like rock of like fill type of thing? Oh, you-
Last Nicole's still on, but they brought it back to Woods Trucking, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's what Nicole, I don't know if you want to speak to that real quick.
Yeah, it was a mix of kind of loam and rock fill material that's being trucked out.
Okay.
Okay, but since we're,
Excuse me.
I read the soil sampling and the lab results, so it looks like there's some bad stuff in that material. Did I read that correctly?
There was no reportable levels of like hazardous materials that would require addressing before being trucked off site. But I believe there might have been some other, not contaminants, but
Wasn't some
general nature.
hydrocarbons? Wasn't there some hydrocarbons or something in that report?
apologize. I don't actually have the report in front of me. That was done by another consulting firm, but can take another look if anyone's interested
cou-
or before the next hearing.
Yeah, maybe I didn't read it right. I thought there were a couple reportable heavy metals that might have been in the material. So maybe just check that. Maybe I could have read it wrong. So,
Yeah, nothing was reportable, but there could have been, trace levels or other presences
okay,
of different materials. Yeah, but nothing
Okay.
reportable.
all right. Take a look at that. So next time we can talk about that report and see what is it that I didn't understand.
Yep, of course.
Excellent. Okay. So we're going to continue this.
We already did.
We already did.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's right. So item number 4 is under notices of intent. It's a public hearing on a notice of intent submitted by Robert Marini from Native Tech for Lopez Alvaro Perez, owner. The proposed project involves landscaping and recreational improvements, retaining wall construction to expand yard, in-ground pool install, and stormwater features. The property is known as 91 Winona Street, map 45, lot 26, in the city of Peabody. Our first meeting was January 14th for this project. Are they here tonight?
I just promoted someone to a panelist. I believe that is them. If that's not them, they are not here. But they have been promoted. They should be able to unmute themselves and turn their camera on if they want to.
Yeah.
I've been asking them to unmute, and if they are not going to, I say we move on to the next item. I don't know, maybe they're having technical difficulties like I was earlier.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead, if you wanna, the next 2 items were already continued to May 6th, so there's no motion. And then, Mr. DePiero is here for 41 Beacon.
41 Beacon, is that on the agenda tonight?
It is down in for discussion item.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, should we just move on or?
Well, I mean, I've been asking this person. I don't even know if this is them. I don't know who. I'm assuming this is the person that was at the last meeting. It's not Rob Marini for sure, but we can't wait around for them. We should. Hopefully, they'll figure it out by the time Charles is done. But I would just move
Okay.
on to the discussion item.
All right, then we'll just we'll move on. If they come back, we'll come back to this. All right, so then we're going to jump over 5 and 6, which are enforcement orders that were continued to our May meeting. So we have a discussion item, 41 Beacon Boulevard, DP file number 55-945. Existing order of conditions is for a well, in-ground pool, and other site work, but applicant is proposing a garage outside of the buffer zone. However, about 4 to 5 feet of proposed breezeway appears to be about 195 feet or so from the local protection of an intermittent stream. Owner is asking for an administration approval or guidance on how to permit.
Yeah, through the chair, Michael, from intermittent stream, was it 200 feet?
Well, is it intermittent stream or is it riverfront?
You said intermittent stream.
Okay.
It's a locally protected,
Yeah.
Charles, if you want to unmute yourself, it's a locally protected stream. There's BVW. He already has an existing order of conditions. So he's basically here to find out, and Charles can probably ask you guys this, but I'll just give you a little quick one. It's 190 feet. This part of the breezeway is 195 feet or so away from the intermittent stream's edge. Now remember, it's 195 feet and there is backyard, pool, house, all that stuff. There's houses between him and there's so basically it's just this the garage is outside of our jurisdiction, but this tiny bit of breezeway is. So he wants to know, do you want him, and please Charles jump in if I'm wrong, do you want him to amend his current order of conditions, which requires a legal ad and all that stuff? Will you allow him to do this under a minor permit application, or what do you want him to do basically?
So I just want to follow, whatever course of action your team requires. I don't want to go outside the guidelines. We haven't done that with anything that we've worked with your team in the past, which is putting in the pool or the future well. So whatever your direction is, I'll definitely follow that path. I'm also working with the zoning board. I have them on the 23rd of February at Town Hall. I have to stand in front of them for the other side of the garage, just from a street perspective. But I want to get your input and your direction on the breezeway, because Lucia brought that up, that it does fall into the buffer zone, a small portion of it. I can move the breezeway. I can do whatever your group deems fit.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the plan, I'm trying to understand.
One thing through the chair, just to want to make sure I understand. What is the regulation? 200 feet from an intermittent stream?
On,
About local bylaw, it's resource.
Okay.
But yes,
So
there's
what-
it's a 200-foot, yes.
Okay, I understand. So, but it's 200 feet and he's 195. And he
Yeah.
wants to know if he has to go through all the other stuff. And Lucia, I'm not looking at it through a Google map, Google Earth, but Lucia, you're telling me there's other houses in between the stream and the breezeway?
There's
Is that-
his house, there's an in-ground pool, and then I believe they're in Charles, I believe they're where the garage is proposed, from what I was told, there's a house right behind where the proposed garage is.
There is the lot that we're proposing is its own lot, and it is part of my property. And right now, there's just an American flag in that part of the lot. But there is Joan, my neighbor in the back. She lives back there, which her house is right in front of the stream. It's underground at that point.
Right.
So just one second.
is there any, through the chair, is there any way to show the plan on here? To share a screen?
I'm looking at it on my computer, but you
I'm
guys
trying to
haven't
show
seen it.
GIS. I think the GIS is a better. Can you guys can obviously see this, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right, so this is where the breezeway is going right here. And see there's a house here. And this has all been filled in. This is actually not what this looks like. This was filled in by the previous owner. That's a story for a whole other day. I can try to pull up, hold on.
Where's the stream?
It goes like around like this way. It's not going to show on here, I don't think. This is not correct, this wetlands. It was filled in by the previous owner and DEP was involved and they don't live here anymore. And DEP did not take action. I believe, so it's tough when it's intermittent stream. There's a lot of wetlands that actually don't even show up on GIS. And I just know about them from working in Peabody for the past 20 years. I worked on the delineation for this and it was 100%, it was appealed and it was an intermittent stream and it was not just wetlands. So I would have to show a different plan, and I'm not exactly sure where that is, but I believe the streams somewhere back here was a drainage ditch back in the 70s. Maybe Mr. DePera knows where. I haven't been on the back lot in a really long time walking around, But from what I know, the historical knowledge is in the 70s it was a drainage ditch for like mosquitoes or something or else. And then over the last 40, 50, 60 years, the soils became hydric and it did become a wetland, and it is a wetland.
Correct. So at the house behind mine, it says 213 up in the picture. After their property to the left behind my yard, there's a runoff for the sewer that comes down that road, just for runoff water from the rain. And that runs down behind the properties and it ties into the stream that Lucia is talking about. And it kind of curves around, as the picture shows, that little dotted line, it kind of curves around the back. And that's visible when you walk the property in the back. And I know the state just came in and did some work last year to try to reduce this mosquito population by digging the ground deeper, just to make more trenches to pour into that runoff. But there is a stream back there. It's been dry for a little bit, but when we have rain, it does fill up and it is active.
The what happened to it?
So the water never comes up to the level of your backyard?
No, it does not at all. And the city comes in and they're really a bunch of nice guys. They come in and they climb down there, and there's a grate to catch any debris that might block that. And they clean it out. I'd say quarterly they come down and do that.
So you've never had any flooding? Well, it looks like you're at a higher elevation than.
I am. It
Yeah.
definitely sinks. My land on that part is higher, but it's never overflowed into the property since I've owned it. I do know that there was a Mother's Day flood that happened in Peabody, and from my understanding in the reports that I've received and read, where that was the only time that any of the houses in that area took on water.
Okay. Thank you.
So
You're
I'm
welcome.
looking at, so we keep talking about a breezeway, but I'm looking at the plan that shows an outline, a red area that there's a breezeway, but then
Yep.
there's which is 12 by 22. Then there's a huge garage, 30
Correct.
by 36. So how come we're not talking about a garage? Why are we talking about a breezeway?
Because the garage isn't on conservation land. Just the breezeway unfortunately falls into the conservation area. I think about 5 feet of the
Okay.
breezeway falls into it. And Lucia, please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I
You're
can't tell
incorrect.
from,
That's the
can't tell
way
from the
I
plan.
understood it. I don't think the wetland across the street where the car is like literally parked next to it, I don't think that's an accurate depiction on the city's GIS. But if you guys, if he needs to file an amendment to his existing order, that's why he's here.
Yeah. Again, I'm looking at a plan. I don't know where the wetland is. I can't tell.
It's behind the property. It's Bay State Boulevard pretty much is the back street. And that's
Yeah.
where it starts. That's where it visibly starts. At the end of Bay State Boulevard, there's a big boulder right there. And that's where the stream starts, which is behind my house and behind to the left of my neighbor behind me, Joan, on Bay State.
So is this going to be a slab on grade?
Yeah, I'm not doing a basement.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like a big deal to me. It's a big building, but your pool is more into the buffer zone than the breezeway, correct?
Agreed.
Yeah.
It looks like your pool is on someone else's property.
That's mine. Oh, no, that's another pool.
That's
Nope.
a different pool.
Yeah, that's a different house. That's not mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr.
So,
DePieri, have you hired a wetland geologist, a wetland
So-
scientist?
So prior to your team giving me any permits, I did hire a wetland scientist. It was Native Tech that came out, did a full report on the property. We did 3 pilot holes in the backyard for the pool. We found the best location that was not showing water after 8 or 9 feet of digging. So yes, I did hire a wetland scientist to do all his due diligence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not for the garage that we're talking about today in the breezeway, for everything that was actually in the conservation area. And to be honest, I didn't even know the breezeway was in conservation, domain.
You should use the term wetlands because conservation is land, is generally land that's owned by the city of Peabody. That's conservation land. It's a public land, but wetlands is private or public.
So
Yeah.
I wasn't aware that it was in the wetlands domain.
Okay.
That's where we drew it. We just pretty much copied the existing garage with the breezeway and
Yeah.
pasted. That's all we did is a copy and
So-
paste.
So not that it really doesn't affect us really, but, so it looks like, I guess I was gonna say that, you got a breezeway and a two-car garage, now you're adding a breezeway and a two-car garage.
Yeah.
So you're gonna remodel the other part of something and,
No, we have some cars that I want to put in the hopefully new garage. They're much older cars.
Yeah.
Right now they're in the driveway covered. I'd like to try to get them out of the element just to keep their shine, if you would.
okay, Yeah.
And that's all we're looking to do is just house some vehicles and make it enough so I can do that.
yeah. It doesn't seem like a big deal to me. We're talking a couple of feet. Again, we don't know where the wetland is, but I take you at your word, you're only a few feet in the, from 200 feet.
Through the
Out-
chair,
out of
I didn't
the
I didn't put his old plan up with the wetlands on there. There should be two plans.
Yeah, I saw that.
There should be the one where Native Tech did, and it shows the wetlands. So see this wetland right here? This is our GIS, and it's showing a wetland right here. I don't believe that's a wetland because there's literally a house in it. So that this would be the only wetland that the garage would be in. Otherwise, it's just the tiny breezeway right
Yeah.
here. This is
Yeah, yeah.
actually his pool and his property back. I mean, I don't know if this,
Oh.
maybe this is another pool and it looks
Yep.
different now, but this is his property.
That's your
All
property
of
too.
these are
Okay.
his,
Okay.
correct, Charles?
You're right. You're right. I was looking at it
All of
wrong.
these-
You're right. That is my
And
pool.
this is
Yeah.
where
Okay.
the garage would go, the breezeway would go, where all these things are getting stored anyway. So just the way I was looking at it was either you guys are going to ask him to file an amendment to his existing order of conditions, or you give him a minor permit for work. It's really up to you guys, or you just make a motion here that all the work can be done under the existing order of conditions. He's going to ZBA in like 2 weeks. So if the neighbors have a problem with it, they're going to be speaking there, and
Yeah,
I'm sure that if the ZBA will, they're pretty fair, and but if this is the wetland, I mean, if this wetland truly exists, then yes, he should probably do an amendment.
So
But I
that's why
just
the
don't know.
wetland
I don't know
scientist-
how this wetland can actually exist because there's a house here.
That's why
This-
we need to
this
see
whole
something
area's
from a
been
wetland
altered.
scientist.
Do you really think? I mean, that's fine, but do you really think this is a wetland, like this person's front lawn right here?
doesn't
Yeah,
look
that's
it.
all. That's their lawn.
mean-
That's my neighbors.
Yeah, so that's why I just, and then this person has there's a road here. This is all showing as wetlands, but I know it was illegally filled over the last 25 years. So I think we can surmise that this was illegally filled in as well.
So just so you know, the old owner of this house built that house as well across the street.
The Garlands,
Yes.
the one that I think that the wetland was filled in.
Yeah, the one that
That would make
across the
sense.
street. Yeah, they built that house too.
So it sounds like, I mean, if you guys think that's a wetland, I would just have him file an amendment. He already said he's gonna do whatever you guys want to do. He's not looking for special treatment. He just wants to figure it out.
Yeah, why don't you do that? Why don't you just file it for an amendment to the order of conditions?
For
And then.
permission
and
for
then-
a slab breezeway.
Yes, a
Breezeway.
slab breezeway, correct.
Okay. And then in the plan that you present to us for us to rule on the amendment, please put the wetland boundaries on there.
That's going to be tough for him to do without getting a specialist, isn't it?
I don't have anything across the street. I just have on my property. So I can present what I have for the existing order that we have for the pool and for the well.
Yeah.
But that's not my property across the street. I don't have anything there. And I know that sometimes folks get upset when you get on their property and have other groups walking around their property.
Yeah, well, I mean, put on the 200-foot local PBD ordinance riverfront zone that is on your previous plan.
Okay.
So measure it out, he's saying.
Understood.
I'm looking at the back of your house from a Zillow.
Yep.
And I mean, it's basically all lawn.
Correct. So that was
What
when we
you said?
first bought the house. And if you look
Yeah.
at the edge of the lawn going furthest from the house toward Bay State Boulevard,
Yeah, I see
That's where
trees.
yep, after the trees, that's where the drop is for that stream,
Yeah.
way
Okay.
past up the property. And then it
I-
goes
I-
into more properties
I
after
see
the
a
stream.
little, is the shed still there?
It is. It is. So it's way past the shed. I'd say at least 50 feet from the shed, maybe
Okay.
60 feet from the shed.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty, I can't see that it's going to have any bearing on our resource area.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think it will. I think for the sake of the neighbors, and if this is going before zoning, I think it's best to come back to us with a plan and asking for an amendment to the order of conditions. This way, it becomes a public hearing. If anybody wants to speak on this matter, they can. And we have something in front of us we can make a decision on.
Understood.
Yeah.
I'll work with Lucia to get all that lined up properly
Okay.
for you.
Very good. All right, well, I appreciate you coming to us. And
I appreciate your time as usual and looking
Yeah.
forward to working with you guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Yeah. Okay, and.
Through the chair, 90 Winona is back. He is on.
Oh, okay. Go back to that, right? Do I have to read the, I don't think I have to read the notice again, do I?
I would. There's no one here, but I would just to.
All right, so I'll read the notice again for item number 4 on this notices of intent. It is a public hearing on notice of intent submitted by Robert Marini from Native Tech Lopez Alvaro Perez owner. Proposed project involves landscaping and recreational improvements, retaining wall construction to expand the yard, in-ground pool install, and stormwater features. The property is known as 90 Winona Street, map 45, lot 26 in the city of Peabody. And our first meeting was on January 14th of this year.
Okay, just to double check, you have my voice, right?
Yes,
Perfect. Apologies for earlier. I had some technical difficulties.
okay,
So first of all, good evening. For the record, my name is Amireza Zainalvand, and I'm with Native Tech, presenting again on behalf of the Mr. Perez for 90 Winona Street. At the last meeting, the commission raised 3 main concerns. First was the request for a site visit, then a clarification on the retaining wall design, and questions about why work is proposed in the front yard when there appears to be open space around. I'd like to briefly address each of these. First, regarding the retaining wall, based on the commission's feedback, we revised the design to clarify both its intent and function. The wall has been simplified and corrected to reflect actual site conditions and constructability, and it is now clearly shown as a stabilization element. It's not only a decorative or expansive structure. The purpose of the wall is to address the existing steep and the unstable slope adjacent to the brook, which currently presents erosion and safety concerns. The revised detail is intended to reduce the soil movement and improve long-term stability in the area that the retaining wall will occupy. Second, regarding the front yard and open space, while the property may appear to have open area, the front yard is not functionally usable in its current condition due to steep grade changes and instability. The homeowner intends is not to expand development, but just to regrade and stabilize the front yard to create a flat and more manageable and safer condition to occupy. This work will focus on improving the existing landscape condition, not increasing the impervious coverage or intensifying use. And importantly, the proposed grading does not increase runoff toward the resource area. All impervious surfaces on the site are managed through on-site infiltration, and erosion and sediment control measures will be installed and maintained through construction to protect the brook. And that will conclude my updates for this evening, and I would appreciate any feedback, and thank you so much for listening.
Okay, I had trouble with the trying to see those plans, and I didn't
Through the chair, I never received the revised plans.
okay. Yeah,
We will send this new plans as soon as possible.
okay. Yeah, because the other plan has the old, I don't even know what that was. The old wall, the other wall. All right, well, this is a difficult site. We're not gonna really make any moves tonight on this. We definitely need to do site visit.
Yeah.
You're, filling the site quite extensively with that reinforced earth retaining wall, with the wetland right next to it. So there's a lot of questions and concerns that I have, but I need to see the site, before I really want to beat my head against the wall, how I'm gonna make this thing work. So, I really don't have any more questions at this time, because I really want to get out to the site and see it. But it is a public hearing, so first of all, I'll extend any to my commission any questions they may have this evening about this project before we
I
open
just
it up
have-
to.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I do have a question. Are you proposing to use the fill that you're going to be excavating from the front yard?
Yes, as well as the pool that we have in the backyard. So we will be using all the excavation to fill the front one.
Okay, because in the front, I see a lot of, I don't see that it's uneven very much, or it looks like it's pretty flat in the front.
Let me zoom in. So this is the area that is very steep. So it's a very small area compared to, I would say it's half size of the current existing front yard.
Yeah, I'd like to see that too, because I don't really see that. I see a lot of trees.
We will be preserving the trees by going with the retaining wall around it. So they won't be disturbed. The fill would be mostly coming from the backyard and the northern part of the retaining wall.
Yeah,
Through the chair, before we continue this, I really think you guys need to see this. This was one of the first projects I worked on when I came to work in the city, and I couldn't
Yeah.
even believe you guys allowed this house to get built. And the way I understood, this is literally a riverfront. There is a culvert coming out right there. So the whole thought was that everything, at least the way I understood way back when this was built, was that the backyard was for everyone's pleasure and they were lucky that they were getting a house.
Yeah.
Again, things change. I get it. Just remember, I think Bruce can speak to this, and when Amanda's at a next meeting, if you cover the root flare of those trees, you're gonna kill them. So if you leave them up, then they're gonna probably calling us 2 years from now to have the trees removed. But the real important thing is, I do not think that DEP has a copy of this. So you guys want to, Native Tech needs to check their file. DEP, I'm going back all the way to October, and they are not showing, because I want to know what DEP has to say about this, because they're
Yeah.
doing work right on the river bank. That's bank.
Yeah, no, I
It's
have a lot of,
river bank.
I have a lot of reservations about this project. And the close proximity to the brook. There's no protected buffer, there's no disturb, you're working right in the no disturb zone kind of area. It's a steep slope. You got habitat and vegetation and so forth. But I gotta see it, because I really don't feel good about this project at this time.
Yeah, through the chair, I wasn't at that meeting, so I'm gonna sound stupid when I ask this. Isn't this one of the 3 houses as part of Salvaggio's development that he did?
No,
I think-
no, it's not. He's so far away from the river. He's like in the outer 200. This is the one that the Coriels built. Salvaggio's still
Okay,
he
all right.
got in a fight,
I'm
yeah.
in a different,
There is a
house.
connection, but not the connection that you think. It's
Okay.
yeah. The river, literally, you walk out the front door, and the river is right there at your feet, gushing.
Right,
Okay, all right, I get it. Okay.
All
I
right.
get the wrong house. You're on
Yeah,
Monona Street.
Yeah, I just think you guys, you're very close though. Salvaggio's just a hop, skip, and a jump away. He's literally right there. It's Yvonne Way. It's showing on the map right there. I just think right now, number one, there was an issue with the abutters. They were not notified the last meeting. They were notified the day of the January meeting. And I would like that on record in the future. Native Tech, I will not accept any applications again from Native Tech unless I have the post office stamped copies. That's it, because we had an illegal meeting and that falls on me. I accepted your affidavit and I should have never done that. And then now I'm looking on the DEP's NOI lookup. You guys haven't submitted it to DEP. So I think you guys need DEP comments. I've been out here with Pam Merrill when Pam Merrill first started at the Bureau 20 years ago. And this has always been an issue, this property. Every time a new person owns it, they want to do something. So I really think DEP needs the copy. We need to look at DEP's comments and we need to get a site visit.
I agree.
I know this property. There's no way they can fill that front yard.
No, I know.
That's the river. That's the where the water from Devil's
Yeah.
Dish flows down through. There's
And
no
the
way
slope-
they can fill that.
And it's like a 1-to-1 slope. It's like really, it's ridiculous.
And when you get a big rainstorm, that's it's moving through there. Yeah, no. We'll wait for this. We'll wait
Yeah.
till she get DEP's
Yeah, so-
comments. Till I just don't see. I don't know
Yeah.
how that's gonna work.
Wait till the weather gets better so we can get out there and really see it well. And I'm not gonna do much more on this right now because I really don't have a good feeling about that front part of the house there, so close to the river. Anyways, it is a public hearing, so if there's any more questions from the commission.
I had one more question. On
Okay.
the original order of conditions, was it in perpetuity, to not build there? Do we have any idea?
I will have to
I-
pull that old order. That's going to take me some time.
Yeah.
It's in a jail cell, and I do have to pull it. I've been
Sure.
waiting for DEP's comments, and they're still not coming. So they dropped this off in December, so I don't think DEP has a copy of this. So yes, I will. That is a great idea, Leslie. I will.
Well, yeah,
definitely pull that.
because oftentimes we could do that addendum in perpetuity.
Yep, and we can also compare the original you know, a wetland delineation to what we have. I felt it very difficult to read the wetland delineation that we have in front of us. It wasn't like
Yeah.
wetland delineation that I'm used to. But anyway, so once I see that the snow is starting to melt, hopefully
We'll get another snowstorm.
yeah, we're getting one this weekend, but hopefully, I mean, if there's still snow on the ground in March, I think this item needs to get continued, or you guys need to come out so you can see the river and be
Yeah.
like, yeah, we need to continue this.
Yeah.
So I will do my best. I get it. They bought property. If they can meet the regulations, that's great. We'll
Yeah.
let them do it unless there's something in the prior. But as of right now, I just yeah. So I would suggest a continuance, and I will keep an eye on the weather.
Okay, all right. So at this time, I'll open it up to the public. Is anybody here from the public wants to speak on this matter?
There is no one in the public.
Okay,
And just before we go, if I really want, the ball really needs to be a native text court. Like, I'm not going to be chasing you guys down. So just because I might forget, because I have like 10 balls in the air at all times. So if you guys notice, like, hey, the owner says that like you can see everything in the front yard, let's get out there, because the driveway's literally right next to the river. So
Yeah.
we can just all walk down the driveway and you'll be able to see most of it.
okay. All right, I'll make, do I hear a motion to continue this to our next meeting?
Well, I
continue.
would say would make a motion and, I mean, the next meeting, we might not be able to have done a site visit.
Yeah, but then we would just continue it again, right? Or
Okay.
are you suggesting, sorry, Leslie, are you suggesting to like continue it to like April? Is that what you were thinking?
I don't think
No,
we're
I
gonna,
don't
well, I know, I guess, yeah, that's okay. I don't think we're gonna see much in March, but I like snow, so.
Well, for right now, I'll motion to continue to March.
Okay, and then if there's still snow on the ground, then the petitioner can, request to just ahead of time, we'll continue this to, but we can't continue to 2 months down. That's, the petitioner needs to ask that. So they're entitled to a public hearing,
Okay.
next month. So we'll continue it to our next meeting. And if we get a ton of snows continuing through the March, then just let us know, just say, you request to continue this to our May meeting, or April meeting.
April, yeah.
Okay, do I have a motion?
Commissioner
Jamie made
Hart did. I'll second it.
All right, so that motion was made to continue to March, made by Harrop, seconded by Quartermanche. Roll call, Rizzo,
Yes,
Vivaldi,
Yes.
Comac,
Yes.
Harrop,
Yes.
Quartermanche,
Yes.
and McCarthy.
Yes.
All right, the item is continued 6-0.
awesome, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, our next item, I think, is the minor permit. Approval of 20 Waller Street, it's roofing and siding work only. It was approved on January 9th of this year with the conditions: work area near the open brook must be kept tidy. All dumpsters must be closed at the end of the workday, and any debris that falls into the river must be removed per OSHA standards as soon as practicable. No earthwork is allowed. The permit is for roofing and siding of the existing structure only.
Is this a commercial property? 20 Wallace, or is it residential?
It's commercial. It's the I think it's a car dealer. It's just existing work, roof work and siding. No, I mean, technically, they probably don't even need this permit.
Yeah, I think it's pretty well, I think it's the fact that they're here asking us for a permit, I think is a good thing. And if there's nothing more than just putting a new roof on, then I don't see why we should hold this up.
I already approved it, actually.
So we'll need a motion to, which what the commission wants, would have to, request a motion to accept and approve this, minor permit.
It's across from the little post office in downtown Peabody.
Oh, yeah. Easy up cars.
They're gonna make
Oh,
it
yeah,
into
that's
a, wow.
Yeah, that's a kind of a small car dealership. And they also do a flea market there.
I've seen the flea market there, right?
Yeah,
So you've already approved it. You just want us to confirm or affirm your decision?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I won't approve them anymore. I'll just have you, if you guys want me to just have you guys approve
No,
them, it's
that's,
just,
no, I'm fine.
no,
I'm fine with you
no,
doing.
I'm good with what you're doing, Lucia.
So I just need a motion to accept and approve the, minor permit from the commission.
Motion to affirm the minor permit for 20 Wallace Street.
Okay, motion by Michael, second,
Second,
seconded by Jamie.
all right, roll call, made by Vivaldi, seconded by Harrop, roll call Rizzo,
Yes,
Vivaldi,
Yes.
Comac,
Yes.
Harrop,
yes.
Portamunch,
Yes,
and McCarthy.
Yes.
very good. Okay. Other business. See you. 2012, 10, 25 drafting.
Minutes.
Minutes.
It looks like the minutes were, I saw the minutes were completed, right? Lucia, for September?
Yeah, just the December, like I literally just sent them to you guys like 2 days ago or something, so I doubt anyone read them, so we don't even, we can just put it on the next agenda if no one read them.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to read them, so I'd appreciate if we could put those on the next agenda. Okay, and if that's okay, then, snow disposal. Do you want to talk about that tonight?
We don't have to. If you want to adjourn, we can adjourn.
Yeah, let's adjourn.
Let's adjourn.
Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Sorry, through the chair. Lucia, could we talk about the snow next time though? Because I know that there was some
Yes.
new complaints this morning maybe or recently. So maybe there's more information or,
Yeah, I still haven't heard back from anyone that I've been working with on that new one from today. So I will, you guys will definitely be hearing from me.
okay, thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman.
That's okay. Okay, I'll mention again, any motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
second.
All right, that
Okay.
motion to adjourn was made by Mr. Vivaldi, seconded by Ms. Quartermunch. Roll call, Rizzo,
Yes.
Vivaldi,
No. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Comac,
Yes.
Yes.
Harrop,
Yes.
Quartermunch,
Yeah, sure.
and McCarthy. This is, guys,
Yes.
And it's before 8 o'clock.
7:57.
Who are we? This is crazy.
Gonna go down in the books, guys.
All right, thank you,
All right,
everyone.
we are adjourned. Thank you guys so much for showing up.
Okey-doke.
Bye, guys.